Most people believe success is born from talent, money, or luck. They think the people at the top were somehow chosen, born smarter, richer, or more connected. But what if success sometimes begins with something so small that most people would ignore it? What if one simple act of kindness, something done quietly, without cameras, without expectations, could shape an entire life? What if a single moment of compassion could gently push a struggling boy onto a path that would later change the world? Today, we're not talking about money, business strategies, or billion-dollar deals. We're talking about a small act of kindness that helped shape the life of Jack Ma. And once you hear this story fully, you'll never look at small moments the same way again. Jack Ma did not grow up powerful. He did not grow up confident. He did not grow up privileged. He grew up in Hangzhou, China, in a very ordinary family. His parents were traditional musicians and storytellers. They worked hard, but they were not wealthy. There were no business connections, no safety nets, no shortcuts. Life was simple and often difficult. As a child, Jack Ma struggled badly in school. He failed exams repeatedly. He was small, shy, and physically weak. Other kids bullied him. Teachers didn't see greatness in him. Classmates didn't see leadership in him. Even Jack Ma himself didn't see success in his future. By society's standards, he was already falling behind. But one thing made Jack Ma different from many other struggling kids. He was curious, and more importantly, he was willing to be kind without knowing if it would ever benefit him. As a young boy, Jack Ma became fascinated with learning English. Not because he had a clear plan, not because someone told him it would make him rich, but because he wanted to understand the world beyond his small city. He wanted connection. He wanted communication. He wanted to feel less trapped. Every morning, while other kids were sleeping, Jack Ma woke up early. He rode his bicycle for miles to a hotel where foreign tourists stayed. This wasn't easy. It took time. It took effort. It took consistency. And remember, he was just a kid. He didn't go there to beg. He didn't go there to ask for money. He didn't go there to sell anything. He went there to help. Jack Ma would offer tourists free tours of Hangzhou, no payment, no reward, just kindness. He showed them around the city. He explained Chinese culture. He helped them feel comfortable in a foreign place. In return, they spoke to him in English. They corrected his pronunciation. They taught him new words. They shared stories about their countries, their lives, their dreams. This small act, helping strangers for free, became a daily habit. And without realizing it, Jack Ma was building something far more valuable than money. He was building confidence. He was building communication skills. He was building courage. He was building a global mindset. And all of it started with kindness. Most people think confidence comes from winning. Jack Ma's confidence came from serving. One of those tourists became especially important. A foreign woman he met during one of these tours noticed something in him. Not intelligence, not talent, but sincerity, effort, respect. She became his pen pal. She wrote to him. She encouraged him. She believed in him when almost no one else did. Years later, she helped him get the opportunity to travel abroad for the first time. Think about that. If Jack Ma had stayed home that morning, if he had chosen comfort over curiosity, if he had chosen selfishness over kindness, his entire life could have gone in a completely different direction. But kindness opened a door. That door didn't lead to instant success. Jack Ma's life didn't suddenly become easy. In fact, it became harder. He failed his college entrance exams multiple times. He struggled just to get into university. After graduating, he applied for job after job. He was rejected again and again. He applied to Harvard 10 times. Rejected every single time. 10 times. When KFC first came to China, he applied. Out of 24 applicants, 23 were accepted. Jack Ma was the only one rejected. Imagine the embarrassment. Imagine the self-doubt. Imagine the temptation to quit. Most people would have stopped trying. Most people would have accepted the label of failure. But Jack Ma didn't. And not because he was fearless, but because his early experiences had taught him something powerful. He had learned that rejection doesn't define you. He had learned that communication matters. He had learned that people matter. Those lessons were born from kindness. When the internet finally arrived in China, Jack Ma saw something others didn't. Not because he was technical. He wasn't. Not because he was the smartest. He wasn't. But because he understood people. He understood connection. He understood trust. Alibaba was not built on code alone. It was built on trust between small businesses. It was built on the belief that ordinary people deserve opportunity. That belief didn't come from textbooks. It came from helping strangers without expecting anything in return. Jack Ma often says that intelligence alone doesn't create success. Emotional intelligence does. Communication does. Empathy does. And those qualities grow strongest when you practice kindness early, often, and sincerely. The world teaches us to chase big moments, big breaks, big opportunities. But Jack Ma's story reminds us that life is often shaped by small moments, quiet moments, moments when no one is watching. A free tour, a friendly conversation, a willingness to help. Those moments didn't make Jack Ma rich overnight. They made him ready. Kindness didn't give him money. Kindness gave him confidence. Kindness gave him perspective. Kindness gave him access to the world. And here's the deeper lesson most people miss. Kindness changes you before it changes anyone else. When you help someone, your brain changes. Your mindset shifts. You stop seeing yourself as powerless. You stop feeling invisible. You start believing you have value. You start believing you can contribute. And that belief quietly shapes your future decisions. Jack Ma didn't know he was building his future when he helped tourists. He thought he was just being helpful. But life was watching. And life rewards those who serve before they demand.